Hey, people, what's good, bro? Back again with another live. Guys, the day could have been way better. I'm already having a good day, you know what I'm saying, for the people who are fasting. Last day of Ramadan, eats tomorrow. But guys, of course, Real Madrid. I was thinking the day could get even better had Real Madrid drawn or lost that game to Leganes. But of course, that didn't happen. Real Madrid, some way, somehow, they got a win. And honestly, man, like, I don't even know what to say. Like, obviously, that's not the title of this whole live stream. We're gonna be ranking Barcelona signings in the past, right? From 2017 up until last summer, all the notable ones. But before doing that, of course, right? Man, I'm gonna just like guys, let me share my screen because I was thinking this was gonna be more of a fun live because there's activity, but seriously, staying Real Madrid, hey, had they drawn that game, that would have been way better. But listen, of course they won. Mbappe, what can I say? He scored a goal. It was a beautiful goal, to be fair, off of not really a direct free kick, but he scored, right? And Leganes, bro, they had chances, bro. This Real Madrid team, once again, they just get away with it, right? Like I'm about to share my screen, but like, hold up, guys. Listen, just bear with me. Listen, hold up. All right, so I think you guys can see my screen. Yeah, you guys can see my screen. Listen, so like, bro, before we get into all that stuff, Real Madrid, bro. Listen, 3-2 versus Leganes at the Bernabeu, right? It's not a good performance. I'll be real. They didn't play well the whole time. Of course, they could. Leganes were very open in that second half. Vinicius could have scored really. Bellingham, Brahim Diaz hit the post. Like they had chances. It was a really open game on Real Madrid's end of things. But like I'm looking at it, yeah, like you can see even the expected goals. I'm not an expected goals person, but 3 to like 2.8, which is like that's a lot of expected goals if you don't know. But I feel like that's an accurate reflection, to be honest. Like Mbappe scored the penalty. Was it a penalty? I don't really care about all of that. Bellingham scores another jammy goal, bro. Bellingham. This guy might be the king of jammy goals. Real talk, bro. Like, once again, he scores a goal, right? Off the crossbar and he slides in, bro. Like, are you serious, bro? But listen, I guess it was just meant to be for Real Madrid. I'm just mad because of obviously the league table. Had they drew that game, that would have mean that it would have been a lot easier, like way less pressure for the Girona game. Now we win, right? And we actually go 5 points clear, not again 3 points. But listen, it is what it is. What I would say about Real Madrid is that are they gonna always play like this? Like it was not convincing, you know. But you see, once again, right? Real Madrid, you would say if they're not really a team, they're more of individuals. But let me tell you this: individuals, right? They win games. I don't know why there's this misconception in football, right? Mbappe, today, let's be real. Yeah, he scored a penalty, but that goal, the second one that he scored, was brilliant, in off the post. And that's when I'm saying Real Madrid, as much as they're unbalanced, at the end of the day, they still got Vinny, they still got Mbappe, they still got Rodrigo, right? And they're going to win a lot of games with the individuals that they got. I'm just mad at the fact that Leganes, you're up 2-1. Why is it so open? Just park the bus. Park the bus. But they didn't do that, guys. And ultimately, how can I even be that mad, bro? Like, whatever. I didn't expect for it to even be in the position for Real Madrid to lose this game outright. But when I'm seeing them kind of struggle in the first half, Leganes could have honestly scored more. I'll be so real. Had their finishing been a little bit better, it could have been an amazing, you know what I'm saying, result for Barcelona's part. But listen, Leganes, they played well. Their goalkeeper did all right, but in off the post, you can't really blame him. Before we get into other things, right, guys, regarding the league table, right, look at this. Real Madrid 3, Leganes 2, right? And then we got Barcelona. We're still first based off head-to-head. Honestly, everything. We're based off head-to-head, right? Based off also the fact the goal difference. Look at that, 33-51, right? Barcelona has been superior on almost all fronts compared to Real Madrid, except for points, because points, even if we win, we're only 3 points ahead, right? Like, I want to be, bro, you look at the stats, 78 goals and 27 conceded. Real Madrid has conceded more and scored way less, bro. They've scored 16 less goals than Barcelona. That's quick math, by the way. But 16 less goals, and they also conceded 2 more. Like, you'd expect this team to be more where Atleti is, right? Like 6 points behind us with the game in hand. But Real Madrid, you know what it is? They just scrape by. They get the results when they absolutely must, and that's why they're in it. And ultimately, Atletico's not, because Atletico, right? They didn't win their game against, was it Espanyol? I was watching that game, the second half. Guys, that's the difference, honestly, between Atleti and Real Madrid. At times, these guys are defensive teams, right? You've seen Real Madrid see out a game. You've seen Atletico. I mean, they tried to, but then ultimately they couldn't score the goal that they really needed. It's just that Real Madrid have more quality than Atletico to bail them out. Julian Alvarez, it wasn't his day today, but like, bro, these guys got Rodrigo, Vinny, and Mbappe. And today was Mbappe's day. I think Jude Bellingham. Oh my God. And then when you're playing in the Bernabeu, expect some bad luck, because Jude Bellingham, I'm dead serious, guys, when I say it. I don't hate Jude, the player, or anything like that. It's just that it's such a jammy goal, and it's just how you'd expect like Jude Bellingham to score, like a slide tackling goal, bro. Like, honestly, it's whatever, bro. Honestly, it's honestly sucks that this wasn't a draw. It would have been lit if I got on live, right? And it was a 2-2. But it is what it is, right? Because they got Valencia next. Valencia are not that good, though. That's the thing, guys. I know they've been in better form than previous, right? In the last couple of months, they were, I think, 19th. Now they're 16th, and they do not like Real Madrid. But at the same time, you'd expect Real Madrid to win that game. I think that's next week, by the way, because there's the Copa del Rey midweek. And listen, ultimately, if Barcelona want to win this title, we're just going to have to keep on winning, right? It's not the ideal situation. But, guys, by the way, we will be ranking all the Barca signs since 2017. It's going to be a fun live, I think, right? It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a good one. I thought it was creative, too. You know what I'm saying? But we'll do that. Just give me 5 more minutes to speak about this La Liga table, right? Instant reaction. You know what I'm saying? And I'll get to the chat in just a minute, right? Because I didn't even address the early comments. My bad, guys. But, guys, like, Real Madrid, right? It just sucks that we're still in a title race that is so tight, right? Real Madrid have 63 points. Even if we win, we get 66. Look at the goals conceded, 27-29. Our defense, for everybody, all the analytics, all these guys saying Barcelona have, the worst defense. Well, I'm going to show them this, right? At least we have a plan, right? And they have a plan too. They play a low block, mid block, and I think their defense is more safe. But we can see less goals, right? But Real Madrid score way less than us. That's the biggest difference. And they're still so close in terms of points. Now, I'm telling you, we're the better team. It's just that the points is the thing that is not proving it. And the points is all that matters ultimately, because that is given, the league title is given to the team with the most points at the end of the season. So that tells me 2 things. Barcelona, when they lose very close games. And also Real Madrid, when they win, majority of the time, it's tight. So I don't know, bro. This Real Madrid team, they're fugazi. Their ways, guys. We know Real Madrid, this institution, what they're about. So we will have to just keep on winning, right? So against Girona, we must win. And I'll preview that after, way at the end of the end of the live. But listen, man, like I honestly don't know what to say, bro. I'm just mad. Real Madrid, once again, a fugazi win. Once again, a win that I really think that they just get away with it because they have better players ultimately. But listen, enough with the complaining. You know what I'm saying? I mean, guys, let me read the chats real quick. Yo, big up, I think there was a person before. I don't know if he deleted his message or anything. Big up to the person. I think it was Yakub or something. I don't know. Yusuf or something. Yeah, guys, smash the likes. Guys, 10 likes. If you haven't liked this up, please like it up right now. Guys, 10 likes is the target. Let's try to get there mid-live. Let's go. Yeah, bro, big up Ion, you know what I'm saying? Adam, big up to my guy Adam, you know what I'm saying? Brazilian fan. Listen, and Emmanuel said, not gonna lie, I can't wait for Copa del Rey and La Liga, El Clasico. Like, I can't wait for Madrid fans to stay humble and realize they are going trophyless. The thing is this, if you ask me which competition I'm most confident for and have the most chest, right? Like, I'll probably say La Liga. Just because we are above them right now, we play them again, and we really control our destiny. I said way earlier, I thought the Atletico game that we won 4-2, the comeback, right? I thought that was going to be the toughest game of our season left, right? The toughest fixture. Not the Copa del Rey one, but just in La Liga specifically. And we won that game, right? So I think that Real Madrid, we've had their number. Emmanuel, we beat them 4-0 at their place. We beat them 5-2, like I think it's in Saudi Arabia, but we beat them 5-2 in a final, right? So I do have some confidence for playing Real Madrid. You know, like I know they have good players, but I'm just expecting us to win that game. Carnage, yeah, big up my boy Carnage. You said he was like yapping about how La Masia players flop, but if they don't play for the first team, but what about Olmo, Fabregas, Cucurella, Adama Traore, and Modric? Well, what do you mean Modric? I mean, I understand. I don't think. Wait. Modric. Do you mean Modric from Real Madrid? Because he doesn't play for us. But I know what you mean about Dani Olmo, Fabregas. Yeah, bro. Even Thiago, bro, he's a baller because he made it from Barcelona, but he played somewhere else and got better, right, at Bayern Munich. So, listen, I mean, there's this whole notion with La Masia. People like to make their own narratives, you know, but it is what it is. Like, I don't really care. Like, I don't really buy too into that stuff, right? I mean, Javier, hey, it's cool, bro. You was playing some footy. Don't worry, bro. I be playing footy. I'm actually in a league, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I might. Now, I don't know if I have the rights to because they have their own YouTube channel, I think. But sometimes they post highlights, and I'm actually in a league. It's gonna start actually next week. I'm in a league, bro. My team, we've had some preseason games. We won one. It was 5-1. Right? And we also lost 8-7. I mean, some crazy games, right, for preseason. But now the league actually starts for us. Hey, man. Hey, I got a league season to win. Barca's got a league season to win. You know what I'm saying? Emmanuel, that December and November fall off is why La Liga is so tight. Absolute facts. Because, like, if we never falled off, we would have just kept on, right? If we never falled off in that November, December period, we would have won this league, honestly, by now. It would have been like 12 points, realistically, at worst, like 9 or 10. And I feel like with the games remaining, I feel like that, honestly, bro, I honestly feel like 9 or 10 points with the games remaining, we would have won it for sure. But the fact that it is 0 right now, but potentially 3, that's not enough, bro. Every game still matters. Big up Adam, right? Brazilian League is back. Yeah, listen. Hey, man, I feel like I've been yapping too much. But guys, we'll get into, bro. This is a good one, honestly, bro. Like, I think this video is gonna be this stream is gonna be a fun one, right? Yeah, whichever team has Griezmann, yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie, guys. The Griezmann curse, is it real? Guys, is the Griezmann curse real? Because he went to our club. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't win. Hey, I didn't know Modric. I didn't know that, bro. I'm not going to lie. Julian Alvarez will not win La Liga in his first season because of Griezmann. I hear. Honestly, I do. Let's react to some soccer. Hey, bro, honestly, another time I will do that. Honestly, I will be doing more reaction, especially when it comes to the summer. Summer is very nearby, by the way. You know, school is almost over. Everybody's going to be chilling. I'm going to be doing more reacting to videos. I hope I don't get copyright strikes. That's the one thing that I kind of fear. I don't want to get copyright. I don't want my channel to get taken down because then there is no Barca Reacts. You know what I'm saying? But guys, before I get straight into it, Griezmann, why is he cursed? It's just that he doesn't win La Liga titles. He's not actually cursed as a human. Bro, Griezmann, guys, he's making money, bro, as a professional footballer. It's his dream, right? But it's just not working out for him, right? Like, it's just really not. Would love to see Frenkie, Pedri, Gavi, midfield trio. Yeah, listen, we're going to talk about Girona and tactics at the end of this live, right? But let's move on because I actually took some time out of my day, right, to make this thing right here. Guys, today, and by the way, it's not just these players. There's way more players. Look, like you guys can see, right? There's actually 2.5 rows of players, Barcelona players that we've had in the past. These have been basically all the big signings since 2017. I know there's a couple players like Todibo. I didn't put those players in because I feel like there's really nothing to say. I feel like it would be a time waste. But every single somewhat big or notable signing, like everybody who's a Barca fan knows who these players are, right? And we're actually going to be doing a tier list ranking, right? And I think it's going to be cool, right? But honestly, guys, let's get straight into it. And hey, if you're in the chat, just tell me, like, you guys can help me rank these players because I feel like I got my own personal rankings for all these players. But if the chat differentiates, just let me know in the chat for every single player, right? But guys, let's start right now, honestly, right? Memphis Depay, guys, right? And it's a big switch up, but guys, Memphis Depay. Let me say this, right? About, it's kind of weird. I'm going to talk about every single Barcelona player for like a minute, legit. And some of these guys' legacy are up here. And some of these guys' legacy, we're asking for a refund. You guys can see the categories. GOAT category, which means you were up there. Like Barca fans loved you and the transfer was a good amount. Then we got the good category, which is just you're a good signing. Solid signing, right? Average is average, right? No need to differentiate. And I also put NA for some of the signings, like the loanees probably, right? And then we got subpar, and then we got refund, right? So let's start right now, right? Memphis Depay. In my opinion, guys, I think that Memphis Depay, I really feel like he's got to go in my opinion, you guys saying average. Because the thing is, Memphis actually had only like 3 good months at Barcelona, but it just didn't work out with him. It really didn't. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of sucks, man. These players' pictures are kind of big. Yo, hold up, guys. Let me edit this. Real quick. Yeah, I think that's good. Hold up. Yeah, let's do square images. Yeah, it's way smaller now. Yeah, but guys, listen. Memphis Depay, I'm putting him in average, right? We'll do a little quick fire, right? Yo, you said he's cooking at Corinthians. I don't know, bro. I don't watch the Brazilian league. Not gonna lie, if Barca owner Laporta is competent on making money, and making us at least a little bit smarter in the transfer market, we could have been perennial contenders like Real Madrid. Absolute facts. You know what's funny? This video is actually half of these signings are Laporta signings, and then the other half are Bartomeu signings. So it's gonna be really, really interesting, right? To see what Bartomeu has done. A lot of Barca fans don't like him, obviously, for obvious reasons, right? And then there's Laporta and his signings in the last 3-4 years that he has made. But let's go a little bit quicker, right? João Felix, guys, for the people, who we've just started watching, you guys definitely saw João Felix. For me, I will say good, in my opinion. I personally don't like him. I want to say in between average or good because he did have his moments. You know what? I'll do this, okay? It could be like average, which like if I put him in average, that actually means that he's better than Memphis. If I switch up the order like this, right? I could do that. But I'm going to put for now João Felix. You know what? I'll put him average, but better than Memphis, in my opinion, because I think that João Felix did actually impact Barcelona for a bit of time. I genuinely do. You know what I'm saying? I genuinely do. Not gonna lie, the Figo departure, Bartomeu signs, and Neymar. Yeah, bro, I already know it all, bro. I've heard it, and it kind of sucks, but it is what it is, bro. For guys, the OGs will know about this player, Arthur Melo. I'm not gonna lie, there was a time where I genuinely thought he was gonna be the guy, but I mean, yo, chat, tell me if you guys disagree with any of these guys so far. But for me, I really think that Arthur was a guy. Arthur actually was probably better than Memphis in his time. Memphis only had the first 3 months, for those who were watching, that he was cooking. He was our penalty taker. He finished with 14 goals, I remember. But Arthur Melo was the guy that people thought like what Pedri is going to be right now. Arthur obviously wasn't. He went to Juventus, right? And it didn't really work out for him. And he's a Brazilian player. So Adam, I don't know if you know too much about him. Pjanić. Now I'm going to put him in subpar. I'm not going to lie. I would say refund, but if you guys remember, the Arthur Melo for Pjanić thing was actually for some financial reasons, and it was more of a swap deal. So I think that for that reason, I will not put him in refund, right? But it's definitely subpar. We got a player, right, when we had a win-now team, but it just didn't work out for Pjanić. So that's where I'm going with Pjanić, bro. Real talk. What Emmanuel's saying, No, Adam says Felix turns up against Atletico Madrid at the best because he hates. Yeah, bro, dude, Yao Felix against Atletico Madrid was a real thing. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Absolute facts. I mean, listen. What about Frenkie de Jong? Right, this is the first player that I'm gonna put in good. Like, guys, I'm gonna be kind of critical with these guys that I'm ranking. In my opinion, Frenkie de Jong, right? What can I say? He was supposed to be a player that we thought we were getting the best midfielder in the world, right? But the thing is, right? Yo, big up, yo. Big up. Come on, hit the likes and subscribe. Yo, subscribe to the channel if you're new. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Bekele. I seen you in my boy Omar's chat. Big up, Bekele. He said, "What's up, man? If I'm correct, is it use? Nah, it's Jonas. It's Jonas. It's Yonis. So Jonas is the name. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to call me by my real name, you guys don't want to say Barca Reacts all the time, which I hear, because there's some YouTubers that you're not trying to call them, right? Their name, their YouTube channel name the whole time. You're trying to say their real name, right? Like my boy, Football Carnage, his name as well. Everybody knows that. It's more simple, right? So you can call me Jonas. It's all calm. Yes, sir. Hey, but let me go back to this chat right here. Frenkie de Jong, right? For good. But at the end of the season, I'll put him in GOAT. This is the thing. Currently, I'm talking about if we're ranking Frenkie right now, his time at Barca, it's got to be good because GOAT is going to be like the transfer sum also has to be factored, right? Like we got Frenkie de Jong in good because he is 75 million. We expected to get the best midfielder in the world. And I would say he's a top 10 midfielder in the world. I don't think that's too biased, right? Frankie's quality, bro. But I don't think I can put Frenkie de Jong in the GOAT tier because we paid big money for him. Yo, big up. Oi. On my end, the chat just exploded. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm going to call you Skibbity Eunice. That's crazy, bro. Javier. Yo, that's actually wild. I don't know about all that. But, Mez, agreed. Frenkie is good. Yeah, real talk. I think, yo, guys, if the chat disagree. Yo, big up, Big Kayla. First time I seen you in the chat, by the way. Yeah. Yo, guys, smash the likes. You know what I'm saying? We're getting first-time people here. What's happening, bro? Big up, Calcio Rhino Z, bro. Big up to you, Juventus fan. Listen, I'm just doing a tier list ranking. You know what I'm saying? It's not the international break anymore, but we're just chilling. I'm just chilling, doing a different type of stream. It doesn't always have to be serious. We're just doing a tier list ranking, right? So with all the Barca signings in the past, so far, so good. I think this list is good so far, but there's still 15 to 20 more players still left. Emmanuel said, not gonna lie, Frenkie and Raphinha went on a redemption arc, and Ferran Torres helps us great when he's coming off the bench like Sergio Roberto. I hear you, bro. I really do, bro. Listen, let's move on. Let's go a little bit quicker. Franck Kessié. Listen, where do I put this guy? Guys, tell me where to put him. Chat. Listen, this is the thing. Kessié, honestly, he's in the average tier, honestly, from a whole season. But he had the moment that could put him in GOAT tier. He had the moment, right? The goal against Real Madrid that could put him in GOAT tier. But the thing is this we're just ranking off their legacy at Barca. So even though Kessié he has a GOAT tier moment, he's not a GOAT tier player for Barca, right? In my opinion, I'm putting him right here. Guys, is he in between? Guys, who has a better legacy? Kessié or João Felix? Because arguably you could do this. Because I feel like that João Felix, his legacy is like this. But Kessié, even though he's a bit 5%, 10% lower, right? He was a super sub for us a couple games like Sevilla in that La Liga win, right? But he had the moments. He had the moments that some Barca players who have way bigger legacies, do not have a moment, right? Like I could say way better players like Mascherano. That is a top tier player, but he doesn't have a moment winning a La Liga in an El Clasico. 90th minute goal. That's a dream, right? I'm going to put Kessié here, but let me hear the chat. All right, let me hear the chat. Kessié was good. In my opinion, bro, it was just one season, bro. I feel like if there was a category between average and good, he would probably be there. But listen, I already said I'm ranking it like this. This is in between João Felix and Arthur Melo. If I put him over here, then hold up. If I put him over here, that means he's better than João Felix. Y'all get the gist, I think. But for me, I'm gonna put him this because I'm doing a bit critical. I'll be real. Yeah, good, because I'll say average. Listen, if the chat wants to overrule me in some other ones, especially players that stayed longer, I'll do that. But Mez said good and average. Yo, I hear it, bro. Bekele, Frenkie didn't. Yeah, Frenkie. This is the thing, bro. Bekele, it's facts. He didn't live into the best. Like, if Frenkie, we bought him for real money. Had Frenkie be 10 million, right? 10 million euros, he's higher, but he wasn't, right? He was 75 million. So I'm going to put him GOAT. We expected a very good player. We got one, but we also kind of expected a little bit more at the moment, right? At the moment, we did expect to get the best midfielder in the world. Ferran Torres. You know what? If I'm saying Ferran Torres' ranking, right, this is a very hard one, guys. Ferran Torres, because technically, I can say he has done more than Felix for Barca. He has done more than Kessie. I could say that, but Ferran for the money, I don't know. Like, Ferran's actually the definition between average or good. He's a very solid super sub, right? But Felix and I feel like Kessie, they've had bigger moments individually. I feel like that Felix, he had big wins against Athletic. Ferran, I don't know if he has a moment for FC Barcelona yet. I remember that El Clasico with Aubameyang, I guess he was good. Yo, this guy said go. I'll say this. Ferran is going to be the bottom of good tier. He'll probably be the last player in good tier for me. Yeah, hey, Javier, this guy saying go. Yo, what the heck? Yo, Javier, relax, bro. Relax, bro. Hey, Kessie, listen. Now, Ferran's probably going to be the last player in good tier. You know what I'm saying? Like, the bottom of good tier. You know what I'm saying? I think it's fair because his Barca legacy, right? It has to be more than Kessie and Felix. And I understand he stayed longer, but still. Christensen. Okay, this is super debatable because I could say I could be like a person like this season. Imagine Christensen only was here for this season. Technically, I could never put him in refund because we got him for free. But I could be like, yo, this guy's never healthy, bro. The guy's always injured. I could do the complaining thing. But then I could say that one season that he gave us was definitely a very solid, good one, right? So Christensen's a very, very weird one, right? Because I feel like that he can be a good, average, subpar. He could finish all the tiers. Even, honestly, that one season he had, he could be in GOAT tier too. So I feel like that Christensen, in my opinion, he's got to be an average. Once again, I feel like there's going to be a lot of average, right? I really do. You're saying good signing. Yeah, Javier saying good signing. It is a good signing. Christensen's a good player. Don't hold me, bro. But to be honest, the thing with Christensen is that he's just been so injury prone, like NJ said. Bekele said Ferran has to be good, but he had come short in the start of the season. Yeah, this is the thing. Ferran, I'm just saying overall because he's actually been at Barca for a minute now, right? Ever since I feel like COVID times, right? Like right after the COVID times, Ferran came to Barca. So I just feel like Ferran sneaks into the good category. Okay, so I'm not going to lie. I'm not putting Christensen in good. I feel like I could, but I don't know. I don't know if it's the right thing to do. He's only given us one really good season, one average one, I would say, last year. And then this year, he's yet to play. So it's really one really good one average, and it's one subpar for sure, right? I mean, bro, I feel like that's the definition of an average, bro. I'm not going to lie. And I said that Ferran is probably going to be the bottom of good, right? And Ferran's done more than Christensen overall at Barca. I feel like it's harsh, but I got to say it. Dest, I don't even care. Yo, chat. I don't care. Dest was subpar. I'm an American. I wish he'd done better. But let's move on to one that's actually spicy, right? Philippe Coutinho. Guys, refund. It has to be, bro. It has to be, right? Like, what can I say about Coutinho? What can I say about Coutinho? You're saying Christensen good? Listen, I'm saying Ferran's the bottom of good. Ferran's legit the benchmark. He'll be the benchmark. He's going to be the benchmark for good. Bro, Dest, I'm hearing the Dest talk, but bro, guys, I'm looking at the chat right now. Coutinho has to be refund. Coutinho has to be refund. Like, it has to be. Now, I don't think that I could say he's even subpar because subpar means that you didn't play good, right? For the money that we paid. Bro, dog, we paid, I think, 140 million to Liverpool. I expected to get way, 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 way more. Coutinho, I was expecting to get a little Iniesta region, you know what I'm saying? But, we got that with Pedri at least. But when I'm talking about Coutinho, that was not the case. That was just not. And I understand he played out of position. You know what? Hey, fair enough. The chat, a bunch of you guys are saying Christensen's good, so I will move him. I will move him. I will move Christensen. Listen, I listen to the chat. If you guys all agree that Christensen's good, I hear it. Fair enough. But Coutinho, back to Coutinho. Guys, I'm saying Coutinho, right? Big up Villa fan. Listen, I'm doing fine, man. I'm doing absolutely fine. Your team is doing very good too. You know what I'm saying? UCL against PSG. I'll do a predictions way later in the future. Probably next week, a video on that. But okay, fair enough. Coutinho, NJ, my boy NJ saying he was good. The problem is that Valverde forced him to play left wing. I remember those days, bro. He did. Force Coutinho to play left wing. To be honest, he had a couple good games at left wing. I remember Tottenham, right? Tottenham away. There was also Real Madrid. I remember there was a Clasico. Was it Real Madrid? Who was it? He had a good, I think it was El Clasico. Tottenham. Also, Coutinho had a banger of a goal against Real Sociedad. You know, I remember Iniesta's last game in 2018. He had some moments for sure. Man United, he had a very, very, very good goal against Man United second leg. Like, Coutinho's a baller. There's no doubt. He just, bro, like, it has to be refund tier. If there's anybody that's going to be refund, it has to be Coutinho because we didn't even play him in his best position, right? And his time didn't work ultimately. Bring that money we cashed for him immediately. Liverpool about to scam us again, this time with Diaz. Absolutely. Facts, bro. Bekele's got no... Bekele, you got ball knowledge. I can't lie, bro, because that's facts what you said. Diaz is going to probably be the same thing. Maybe not 140 million, but I don't think he's going to fit too well at Barcelona. Yeah, Coutinho's a 10, but guys, I have to say this. Coutinho didn't work out, bro, at Barcelona. I was so happy, by the way, when we got Coutinho, but it didn't make sense. You know, and I only realized that once it was time to play football. You know, all these transfer signings, once it's time to play, you finally see if the transfer was worth it. And him and Messi didn't really make sense, right? But this is the thing. Emmanuel, he cannot be a sub for Messi for 140 million, right? That's just like unacceptable. I'll be real. For 140 million, you got to get a left winger that's an actual left winger. You know what I'm saying? Coutinho was getting older as well. To be honest, he wasn't that old, though. He was like 27, 28. I remember he still had that baby face, you know what I'm saying? But let's move on, right? I don't know why I put Frenkie de Jong here again. Just disregard this, okay? I don't know why he's here again. Ronald Araujo. This guy, guys, this is going to be the first. Guys, he's in between good and GOAT. Because I could say this. I can come around and say that Ronald Araujo is a GOAT. What the heck? Hold it, guys. I could come around and say Ronald Araujo is a GOAT signing for Barcelona, right? I could easily say that he's a GOAT signing. 5 million, right, from South America. I could easily say GOAT, right? And we've been factoring, right, for Coutinho and Frenkie de Jong, the transfer fee. It actually does matter, right? Because Barcelona, some people say we're in the mud, right? Financials, people say that we don't got money. So I think I have to put Araujo in the GOAT tier for the money. The defender that we got, the player that we got overall, he has to be GOAT tier for me. I mean, I understand, right? Listen, this is the thing. Good, I feel good will be very harsh because I think if we're factoring transfers, right? I mean, you guys said good for Christensen, and I don't think that Christensen and Araujo can be in the same tier. Real talk, right? But I'll be real. I don't know. I'm hearing what the chat's saying. Mez, Javier saying GOAT. That's the thing. He's in between, but he'll just be the bottom of GOAT tier. You know what? Araujo will be the benchmark for GOAT, just like how I said Ferran will probably be the benchmark for good. He's not a GOAT, bro. He's not Messi, none of that. But you guys know what I'm saying. Like, it's GOAT or good. Like, and to be honest, there probably should be a tier in between, but your boy doesn't have that much time, right? So I'm going to make him the benchmark for good. I'll be real, right? You could say I'm pushing, but bro, like, the tiers, look at it, bro, right? And we got so many guys to still talk about. Still go, yeah, because he was so cheap. 5 million for a defender, you got to say, and he's still a starter for us. I think Araujo Cabarsi is going to be our defenders moving forward. So for that reason, I'm going to leave him there, bro. I'll be real, right? Pedri's the best. Yeah, Pedri, we'll talk about that guy. Let's not make 27 to 28-year-olds treat them like they're some geriatric patients out there. Listen, I'll be real. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bekele, it's an absolute steal regardless, right? It is an absolute steal. Yeah, Pedri's going to be cold. Well, I think he's going to be GOAT tier for sure, right? But yeah, he's a steal and is such a good player. He's a starter for us. I feel like the future, Araujo, he's a big part of that. You got to put him there. Pedri, guys, Chat. This might be called glazing, but he's up there. Let me move him, bro. What? Yo, I don't know why they're trying to make Araujo in front of Pedri. Pedri, guys, chat. Is anybody disagreeing? Is anybody disagreeing in the chat? Tell me Pedri's not GOAT tier. Because I feel like that if we're doing a tier list and look at all the players, he has to be GOAT tier, right? We said Frenkie, right? He could have been GOAT tier. He's still important, but we paid 75 million. So we can't do that, right? Araujo is GOAT tier because he's probably as good as Frenkie, right? But his fee is way cheaper. Pedri, on the other hand, same type of fee. I think it was 5 mil plus add-ons, which actually added on to 20 million because of how good Pedri is. And okay, pause. This guy said Pedri is bang average. My guy NJ, you're my boy. You know what I'm saying? I be doing streams with you every now and then, but are you serious? Bang average. I know he's joking. Yo, Mez, he's joking. Bro, the Villa fan said he's higher than GOAT. Bro, what are you talking about? Like, higher than GOAT. So, like, Pedri's just levitating now, bro. Like, well, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that's possible. Like, Pedri's just levitating now. Mez, yeah, Pedri, Javier, Bakelu, yeah, bro, this is a no doubt. I feel like this is a waste of time. Hey, no debate for Pedri. Yao Cancelo. See, this is a very interesting one because Yao Cancelo, right? I feel like that he could be average, but then he could also be good. That I could put him, I could say, who had a better legacy? Because I think this is the thing, I should put him here. This is me. If I'm saying, honestly, yeah, I will say this. Consistency-wise, Cancelo is more consistent than Kessié. But then at the same time, I will say this. His moment against PSG, if you guys remember, that penalty he conceded, also the goal at the back post for Dembélé, I could have blamed a lot on Cancelo. As much as people blamed it on Araujo, right? Xavi also got a lot of blame. Cancelo was the third guy. And then Lewandowski and probably Gundogan. But Cancelo was definitely a big reason why we didn't go through against PSG, right? I know he had big moments against Napoli to take us there, but what are you guys saying about Cancelo? Cancelo, I feel like this. I think I don't know, because for me, guys, Cancelo or Felix? Because for me, I'm saying, Mez is saying Cancelo over Felix. Guys, I want to hear what you guys are saying about that because I don't know about that, to be honest. Let me see this. Emmanuel said Pedri with an attack. Bro, listen, bro. I'll be real. Like, this seems like glazing from Pedri because, like, I already talk about how good Pedri is, like, all the time. I'll be real. But I feel like that real talk, I think that Cancelo would be average to good, but I don't know. Yeah, Cancelo started. Okay, you know what? Hey, I'll put Cancelo over Felix since you guys are saying that, bro. I can live with that. I'll do that, bro. I think that he was never at a point where he was like Christensen, where Christensen was at a top level, right? But let's move on because actually, no, let's say this quickly. Bekele said Cancelo having him was with the likes of Frenkie is disrespectful to Frenkie. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not Frenkie level. He was not even Christensen, in my opinion. So I don't think you can do that. Yeah, Pedri's a beast, bro, Emmanuel, bro. You don't got to talk to me about Pedri. You don't even know my opinion. Let's talk about Aubameyang, because Aubameyang, bro, what I told you, bro, like, I got my joy back for football when he was here. This guy, bro, what did Xavi call him? Hold up, guys, hold up. Yo. Let me share this instead. Share this tab instead. Yo, I'm just going to say this. Guys, Xavi quotes about Aubameyang, right? Because he called him, like, the dream from the heavens or something like that. Bro, see? He said, bro, you guys can see right here clearly. He said, Xavi on Aubameyang, he is a gift from heaven. Keep in mind, a coach said that about, remember, a Barcelona team that was struggling. And Aubameyang, right? The way that our attack with Dembélé and Ferran Torres and Aubameyang was just fluid and it was moving, and we beat Real Madrid in, I guess, a meaningless El Clasico 4-0 at their place. But the way we were calling it 4-0 FC, you know what I'm saying? Xavi, people were doing Xavi, but instead of the A, they put the 4 in his name. Bro, Aubameyang was the biggest reason for that, right? And the reason why Aubameyang was called a gift from heaven was because of how good he elevated Barcelona, right? And we got him for free. So I could technically, right? I could put this in. Let me share this again. I could put this in the GOAT tier if we're talking about a transfer fee because it was none, right? But then if it's a legacy, I think it has to be right under Frenkie de Jong. right? Because he did leave a legacy, even though it was a short time. Aubameyang has a better legacy, right, than Philippe Coutinho. People talk about, guys, be real. You go on Instagram right now, you're going to see stuff about Aubameyang reels, all this legacy, because Aubameyang left a good feeling in time about Barcelona. But Coutinho, you don't see Coutinho reels at Barcelona. You don't see none of that because the legacy is definitely dampened. You know what I'm saying? Let me see the chat. Big up to the chat. Yo, big up to you, bro. DA, you know what I'm saying? Albo is the guy, is goated for 6-month player. That's what I'm saying. I think Aubameyang, I'll put him in GOAT tier because we're factoring transfer fee, right? I think I got to do it because if it was just players, ranking players, I think that would be boring, right? I'll just put all the Barcelona players that are currently in the squad in the GOAT or good tier because they're still left at the club, except for obvious ones, right? But I'm legit gonna put in the transfer fee also. So I'm gonna say he's in the GOAT tier, just in there, because he left the legacy. You know what I'm saying? Aubameyang saved the Barca and Arsenal. Bro, Arsenal didn't want him. Yeah, back in their banter eras, you're right. He was definitely their best player. GOAT, listen, that's what I'm hearing. Javier says Ferran, Aubameyang, Dembele. Bro, that was actually a really underrated front three at the time. I can't lie. Of course, Xavi also had like Adama, who I didn't put in this list. I couldn't put everybody. It would take way too much time, right? That El Clasico performance, listen, that was class. I remember that El Clasico. We could have scored more, honestly, if it wasn't for Courtois. Listen, okay, let's move on a little bit quicker because there's still a lot of players. Okay, yeah, there's still around like 10 players still. Griezmann, guys, talk to me. Talk to me about Grisou because I could put him, right? He actually, guys, real quick, I could put him in good for the player he is in the time at Barca. He still got his stats, right? People always misconcept that, but I have to put refund for the player that we got. You know what? I think that subpar is actually very fair because he probably was better than Coutinho, right? Overall, but at the same time, we won trophies with Coutinho, but then he actually performed more often than Coutinho. But I could easily put him refund for 120 million release clause. We paid that up front. So it's like, I could easily put Griezmann at refund tier, bro. I really could, chat. But I think this is the perfect area to put him. But if you guys are saying refund, I'll hear you guys out. But before I read the chat, let me share you guys this. Bro, Griezmann stats. Let's look at his stats because a lot of people be saying Griezmann is a definite flop and all that. But for me, I mean, if we look at, and I'm not really a stats person always, right? This is Atletico. He's balled out for them, legend for them, right? But at Barca, right? Obviously, he left in this season, right? But, I mean, 9 goals, 4 assists is not horrible, by the way, to keep in mind. That's like, for example, that's like, I don't know. I think Lamine might have more. 13 goals and 7 assists isn't that bad in a league campaign. It really is not. And then he's also got some UEFA Champions League goals, not too many. But this is definitely subpar. So I'm saying the stats, if we got Griezmann for around 50 million, bargain. If we got him for even 70 million, you know, a little pushing it, still a good player. But when we're talking about the amount of money that we paid, right? And I'll get to the chat right now. I feel like subpar to refund. It has to be one of those tiers, guys. It has to be. Let me see. The chat is saying refund. Yo, NT, big up to you, by the way. So you guys are saying average, okay. Okay, you know what? If you guys want average, I'll put them in average. But one refund, okay, no. Let me count this, okay? So, okay, hold up. You said average. So Mes said average. Javier said, no, hold up. I'm tweaking. Yo, okay, so I see one average, okay? Yo, okay, I see another. Bro, you know what? Yo, this is too much, guys. Yo, this is too much. This is way too much. Guys, I ain't gonna lie. I'm going to put him. I'll put him in average, but let me read the chat one more time. I actually just need to go back because it exploded right here. Listen, this is the thing. NJ makes a very good point. The thing is that he is not playing in his proper position. He was a winger, right? That was not no. Griezmann's more of a second striker. He was playing as winger, right? Out on the left wing with Suarez and Messi. And it just didn't work out at Barcelona. You know, Emmanuel was saying Griezmann signing just crippled us even more. Yeah, bro. I remember the day we bought Emmanuel. I remember the day that we bought Griezmann. I was like, yo, we bought one of my favorite players. Genuinely. Like, imagine your team signing your favorite player. Like right now, one of my favorite players, Barca fans might get mad, right? It is actually It's actually what's it called, Rodrigo. If Barca somehow, some way did some, some Figo stuff, and we got Rodrigo tomorrow, that is my dream signing. That's how I felt like Griezmann. But then once again, like Coutinho, on day one of the season, I realized, Messi and Griezmann are too close to each other. It's not going to work out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, big up Sunshine. Big up Sunshine. Real talk. I was on her channel earlier. You know what I'm saying? Support Sunshine. She's a big one for the community, by the way, letting people come on her channel, right? If we ever play Man United, what I'm saying? If you guys win that Europa League and we play United or they're in our group phase or whatever, we could do, what I'm saying, a 1-to-1 type of show. But back to the chat, you know what I'm saying? The chat, big up to the chat, by the way. Bravo, bro. Listen, it's not often I say this, but big up to the chat because, I always appreciate you guys. You guys could have been somewhere else, right? You guys could have been outside, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever. You guys could have been inside watching somebody else, but you guys are here with me, and we're doing a fun activity, to be fair, right? So big up to all you guys, right? Listen, I feel like that Griezmann, in my opinion, subpar, but if you guys are saying average, I will say average, and I'll leave it at average just because. Let me just read it. Yeah, big up Yao, by the way. Big up Yao, by the way. And hey, we got Yao Felix, we got Yao Cancelo, we got all the guys. The fact that, listen, this is the last one I'm gonna read, then we gotta move on, guys, because low-key, this is taking kind of long. The fact that he doesn't have any La Ligas to his belt is a disgrace. No wonder we couldn't win with him. Yeah, bro, the Griezmann curse, it might be real. Listen, I was thinking this might be Atleti's real. This might be Atletico's year. Real Madrid or subpar. Barca or subpar. It might be Atleti's year. And it still wasn't. So it might be real, bro. But, guys, let's talk about Clement Lenglet. Because for those who were there, Lenglet had one good year at Barcelona. So he had the Christensen thing where he was good for 1 year at Barcelona. Similar to Umtiti. Good for 1 year. But then he's definitely subpar. And he didn't even show moments after that 1 year. I'm sorry, guys. Khalas, bro. What I saw in that game against Bayern Munich, my boy, my GOAT, PK, you know what I'm saying? My GOAT, my personal favorite Barcelona player outside of probably Neymar and Messi, PK, because PK used to love to talk. That's why I loved him, you know what I'm saying? But PK and Lenglet, they got absolutely destroyed by Bayern Munich. To be fair, the best Bayern team that I've watched, right? Because I didn't watch 2012, right? Bayern Munich. But Lenglet, I'm sorry, guys. You know what? He's above Pjanić because he gave us 1 good year, but he's not average because these guys like Yao Felix, like Kessié, like even Depay, right? Bro, I do not have that feeling when I'm talking about Lenglet. And I'm talking about legacy, guys. Legacy is a real thing. How you leave Barcelona off of A2 is different than Aubameyang 6 months, but everybody loves you because you was balling out. You know what I'm saying? You were balling out your brain, bro. So that's why everybody loves Aubameyang, and I hear it, bro. Short-term memory. I hear it. Yeah, Lenglet is definitely subpar. Once he lost his confidence, he was definitely not up there, bro. It has to be said. Like, once he lost his confidence, he's just not there. But to be fair, he's doing good at Atletico Madrid. So big up to him. You know what I'm saying? Javier. See, this guy Javier, you know what I'm saying? Javier says, I'll need to eat goat. Javier, eat your food because this guy he put Lenglet at GOAT tier. You cannot do that. You cannot do that, guys. Chat, you can't do that, right? Piqué was a great defender, but he got humiliated by Bayern Ronaldo. Yeah, to be fair, that was Piqué at the end of his powers, bro. At the end of his time, right? Bekele, right? He just fell off. Real talk. Bekele, real talk. He had his moments, guys. Lenglet just fell off. That's the reality. Paulinho. Guys, for the younger fans, you guys might not have watched Paulinho in that 17-18 season. In my opinion, he was definitely a good signing, right? And then I think, hold up, let me go back to my friend Google, right? Did Griezmann, when we sold Paulinho, did we sell him? Hold up, did we sell him? Barcelona announced a deal. Yeah, but did we sell him? Guys, did we sell? Where did he go, bro? Like, sale of, bro, Barcelona announced a deal with the Guangzhou, whatever, for the purchase. This is the purchase, but guys, did we sell Paulinho? because he has to be in a good tier. Like I think he was very good when he was with us. He was very very good. Like he was actually our third best player that season offensively. It was Suarez, Messi, and Paulinho. I remember he was the third guy. Put him in the GOAT tier. Nah, bro, Javier, the GOAT tier is specifically, yeah, it was the China League. I think we got money for him. I don't think he left on a free. I really don't think so, right? Because I think he went back to China. So, which sounds kind of crazy to say. Go, bro, back to China, yo. I cannot say that on my channel. I'm gonna get canceled, guys. I cannot say that. Yo, relax. But he did go back to China, right? He's not Chinese, so it doesn't sound too crazy. You know what I'm saying? Big up my Asians, you know what I'm saying? Whoever's watching. Yeah, bro, NJ, I think it's got to be in the good category. Luke de Jong. Guys, Luke de Jong. What are we saying? He has to be there. I could say nostalgia, but guys, yo, everybody in the chat, tell me Luke de Jong was not your favorite player to sub on ever at Barcelona. When I was thinking, yo, we were trash today, we're going to lose. Luke de Jong comes up, you know what I'm saying, with his yellow, you know what I'm saying, blonde hair, does a couple, you know, hair flicks, right? And then he's going to score a banging header, right? So you guys, Bekele saying GOAT, right? Javier saying GOAT. I think there's no debate. You know, he's not as good as Aubameyang, but the moments that he had, right, when Luke de Jong is bailing you out when you really need him most, because we were ninth in La Liga, by the way, back then. Like, we needed every point to come back to the top four. I think he's got to be in the GOAT tier. And the legacy he left, every Barcelona fan loves Luke de Jong, bro. He has to be up there. I see the chat. Yo, guys, stop spamming, bro. I understand y'all love Luke de Jong, but I hear it. Cancelo was good. Why is he average? Good pass and goals. This is the thing. I mean, I could put Cancelo up. I probably will, honestly, because now I'm putting Paulinho and Christensen. And that's the thing. I wanted to make Ferran the benchmark. Because, guys, realistically, Cancelo is just as good as Paulinho and Christensen, right? But, you know, I'll do it. I'll listen to you guys, right? I'll put him there. But in my opinion, he was just above average because remember we lost to PSG in the way that we did against Cancelo, with Cancelo conceding a penalty that was dumb, right? And then also the back post, right? The goal against Dembélé scored, right? I feel like Cancelo, I hear it, but it is what it is, right? But Luke de Jong, back to Luke de Jong, listen, like there's a reason why people are saying go and spamming go in the chat because he legit was bailing us out, right? Like this guy just said it right on cue. Bekele said he bailed us at times when we needed him, right? At the time when we really needed him, 90 minutes are up. Ronald Koeman subs him on, and he scores a header against Levante, against, I think, was it Mallorca. Again, he even scored an El Clasico goal. He has a decent legacy. A big up Javier. But, I mean, let's talk about Nelson Semedo. This guy's definitely subpar. I think that he's above Pjanić because he just played more. But, I mean, tell me what you guys are saying because also when I'm talking about legacy and also price tag, it's an overall feeling. Nelson Semedo, I thought we were getting a very good fullback against I thought we were getting a very good fullback, right, out of Benfica. Speedy, fast. I thought Barca were progressing. And this was actually the player that made me realize pace and power is not everything in football. Because Semedo had pace. Semedo had power, but it's all about IQ. And I understand he didn't have the IQ. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have all that. And you compare Semedo to Cancelo just as footballers. Cancelo is clear, right? Semedo, bro, I think that moment against Bayern also, Davies, what he did to him, was probably the last game for the club, I think, leaving like that. And it never really worked out. You know what I'm saying? It never really did. He didn't even have the Langley thing or Piqué thing where Piqué is a legendary defender and he had a horrible moment ending to Bayern. And same with Langley where he actually had one good year. Semedo never had that. So he never had that great. He was always, you know what I'm saying? And then he had a bad moment. You know what I'm saying? Let me see the chat, though. Yeah, bro, Aubameyang and Luke de Jong, bro. People call them the hero of the dark times. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't able to win the Euro. Yeah, bro, I wish we won the Europa League with them. Facts. He has a dent record. Listen, bro, I'll be real. Yeah, subpar. You guys saying subpar? Yeah, facts, bro. Nelson Semedo is definitely. Oh, Arturo Vidal. Yo. Listen, I forgot about Arturo Vidal. Bro, I don't even have the time to do that. I could. Wait, hold up. guys, let me quickly add Vidal to the thing real quick. But I mean, guys, let's talk about Gundogan. While I'm adding Vidal, getting a picture for him. Hey, where are we ranking Gundogan? Hey, tell me where to rank Gundogan, guys, because I think Gundogan could be an average or good, right? Not better than Frenkie. Doesn't have the legacy overall of Ferran or even Christensen, to be fair. He's debating with Cancelo or Yao Felix. I feel like that is very close, right? He never had a moment like Kessié. He scored in El Clasico, right? But he was never had that moment that Kessié had. But I feel like that right here would probably be it. Maybe right here. Honestly, guys, I like Yao Felix better than Gundogan. I'll probably say overall more consistent than Kessié, but I'll be real. I don't think I can put him much higher than that. I'll be real with you guys. But I'm interested to see what the chat says, but I just don't think I could put high. I can't put good for everybody. Like, not everybody was good at Barca. That's why Gundogan, we were open to letting him go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, NA. Yeah, I feel like NA is applicable too because he only had 1 year, right? A lot of low knees. If I put in Adama Traore, I could have done the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Let me add the picture of Vidal actually real quick because I actually just downloaded it right now. You know what I'm saying? On the fly. Your boy's multitasking. Yeah. So listen, I mean, I won't even hold you guys. Like, let's rank Arturo Vidal right now because we were talking about him right now. We might as well rank him right now because I think Vidal is definitely good. Like he had a season. I remember the season where we beat Real Madrid 5-1. Suarez hat trick against Real Madrid. I think that personally, guys, I really think that Arturo Vidal was better than Cancelo. I think he was better than Paulinho. You know what I'm saying? I think he's debatable with Christensen, and I will say he's better than Ferran as a player. And I could put him over Ferran, but Ferran's stayed a lot for Barca. So I would actually put him all the way here. I'll put him above Christensen. And let me read the chat. But what are you guys saying? In between Ferran, Christensen, is that fair? He was definitely good. You know, he left also on bad terms, kind of, you know, that last game. But he was a good player. Like, people cannot tell me that nobody could tell me Vidal is bad for the 18-19 season, right? I don't know was he there in 17-18? I think he was actually. And he was important in league wins. When it came to the big stage, though, against Bayern, not good enough. But he had some big moments, guys. He had some very big moments, right? 18-19 Vidal was class, right? Now, Gundogan's definitely average, guys. I'm not even changing that. I'll be real. Because even the PSG games, people, they look back and they see Gundogan's performance. It wasn't actually too good, you know? And listen, Vidal has to be there. Yeah, I think Vidal, that's a perfect area. Real talk. Your dad rates Vidal highly. He's a good player, bro. Your dad knows ball. He was a very good player at Juventus, by the way. Good. Yeah, I think he's definitely good. He's not average. Some of the guys in average, like, for example, Arthur Melo was the definition of average. I feel like that. Memphis wasn't there for too long, but he wasn't bad. He was average. At one point, Memphis was our best player in a season, which sounds crazy to sound. It sounds crazy to say that, but Memphis was our best player for like the first 3 months of a season. I forgot which season. I think it was 21-22. Like, that's why I'm putting him in average, right? Yeah, I can't lie. That El Clasico in 2019 was immense. That was one of my very favorite El Clasicos. Guys, if I'm talking about El Clasicos, my favorite ones are the 5-1 versus Real Madrid, Suarez hat trick, right? I think that was without Messi, by the way, right? And then I gotta say, personally, I loved the 3-2 because I was watching that with my brother and we scored a very late goal. I mean, tell me which El Clasico did you guys like, your favorite one? If I had to say one, it's probably the 5-1 or maybe even the 4-0 way back in the day in the 15-16 season. At the moment, when without Messi, two of my favorite El Clasicos are without Messi. Just remember that. Two of my favorite El Clasicos are without Messi because it was Messi and Suarez. No, it was Neymar and Suarez cooking Real Madrid. And then it was Suarez and Dembélé and Arturo Vidal cooking Real Madrid for the other one, right? So, I mean, I think it's pretty cool, you know what I'm saying, to see that. But Messi had some great moments against Real Madrid for sure. You know, he scored so much against them. Yo, Hey, big up Samuel. He said in 5 seasons he hasn't able to have a huge impact in the team. He's talking about Frenkie de Jong. Things about Frenkie, I can't say bad because Frenkie's overall, I can't say average. Even with the price tag, Frenkie, he was our best midfielder in that title-winning season. I feel like that he was better than Pedri. And ultimately, I think at that point of his career, I think he was better than Busquets, right? But I do think that Frenkie overall hasn't always had good seasons. I think last season was subpar. To be honest, he had moments, of course, for sure. Half the season he was good, half the season he wasn't. But I overall say he's a good player, and that's why he has to stay there, right? I'll never forget Vidal said that we're going to win 3 UCLs in a row. Vidal, I love South Americans, bro. These guys love to talk, bro. You know what I'm saying? We seen Raphinha with the Brazil thing. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing Otamendi whenever he is in the spotlight. He's got something to say. My dad says Vitor Roque would have been very good. Yeah, he probably would have been. Under Flick, he would have been fast, press, can shoot, right? But he didn't have the technique, the touch. Vitor Roque had more close control like a Julian Alvarez. He could have been like Alvarez, but he doesn't have it, sadly, and it kind of sucks, but it didn't work out, right? And we'll talk about that. Gundogan pretty much saved us last season. Listen, hey, no problem, Javier. There's no problem. There's no problem, bro. Let's move on, though. Raphinha. Guys, Raphinha, speak to me. Because I think that ultimately I could put him GOAT tier. He's having all the way up to here as much as of a season, right? But overall time at Barcelona, I still think he's probably the top of good. If he makes one more season for us like this, he's in the GOAT tier, right? GOAT tier signing. One more season of this for Raphinha. And then even if he falls off, if we win a UCL and 3 league titles or 2 league titles and a couple Copa del Reys, he's a GOAT tier signing. But if I'm saying, I feel like this is super immediate based, right? I think it's a super reactionary. That's the word, right? I feel like that Raphinha is definitely up here, bro. I think that this is probably the spot. I don't know why there's 2 Frenkie de Jongs, by the way. My bad, guys. I think that he's here. But if enough people in the chat, so get in the chat, if enough people say that he is a GOAT tier signing, right? Like, for example, he is definitely better than Luke de Jong and Aubameyang legacy-wise, technically, right? But the thing is that the transfer fee for Raphinha, right, I'm pretty sure it was at least 50 million from Leeds United. Let me actually do this real quick. Raphinha transfer fee. Because I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that he was, so he was 58 million pounds, right? So, I mean, was there anything else? Yeah, so 58 million pounds, right? So it's not like he was a free signing or even for 30 million. I expected to get something from Raphinha. I didn't expect this level, but I actually expected in between of this season and previous seasons. You guys are saying GOAT? Yo, you know what? Hold up. Yao saying GOAT. Bekele saying GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Jason saying GOAT. You know what? I'll put him in GOAT because I feel like that's enough people, to be honest, to overrule that. I think that if Xavi stayed, though, let's be real, if Xavi stayed there, there's questions if he even stays at Barcelona, right? But ultimately with Hansi Flick, I don't think it's going to end anytime soon, right? So I will keep Raphinha in the GOAT tier. But overall, as a Barca legacy, right, Araujo is probably, I think Araujo might have won one more trophy, stayed longer, right? He was there in the dark times. Pedri was there too, right, for the most part. So I got to put those 2 guys over Raphinha because Raphinha is amazing right now. But, bro, those guys were there when we were truly in the ghetto. We were in the slums. You know what I'm saying, guys? We were really in the ghetto, and Pedri and Araujo, I got to put him over him still. If Raphinha wins the Ballon d'Or, though, I will be changing that. We can revisit this in a year's time. You know what I'm saying? I think overall he's slightly below good tier. I don't know if he's talking about Raphinha, to be honest. I wanted him gone last season. Yeah, bro, with Xavi, I think so. Samuels is not going to lie too early, but if we win things for this season, he's definitely GOAT tier. I think that it depends also how much we win. Absolutely, right? I don't want to discredit Raphinha, my GOAT, but if he helps us win at least 22 trophies, that's a lot. Then, bro, I'm not going to lie. If he wins like 5-6 trophies, he's got to be up there, right? But, I mean, listen, you guys already know what I'm going to say. Like, let's move on to the next signing, right? Robert Lewandowski. What are you guys talking about? Hey, what are we saying about my boy Uncle Lewandowski? My boy Uncle Lewandowski's low-key scoring a lot of goals, guys. I cannot lie to you guys. In my opinion, I think that Lewandowski, I don't know if I could put him GOAT tier, right? How much times it feels like I complain every single game. Lewandowski, where is your first touch? But he's not average. I will say this. We have not had a striker, a proper striker who guarantees us goals since Leo Messi, since Luis Suarez. People said that. Remember the days, one of my friends said, remember the days of Memphis Depay, right? We were not guaranteed goals from anywhere. I can say this confidently. Robert Lewandowski guarantees me 30 goals. Whether he plays bad, good, whatever, right? But before, I'm going to put him right here, but let me see the chat. Let me see the chat. Hey, okay, you're saying, okay, hold up. He said, yeah, let's not change the narrative. I hear it. Loa is a good signing. I think Loa is definitely good. I don't think he's GOAT because we paid real money, right? Like, hold up. Let me check this. Lewandowski. How much do we pay, bro? We bought him when he was 33, bro. There's a reason why I say Uncle Lewandowski, bro. 45 million plus 5. So, to be fair, it's not too expensive, but for the money that we paid, that's real money. Okay, but where are we ranking Lewandowski? He's above Cancelo, right? Above Paulinho, right? He's above Christensen overall for sure. He is above Vidal, I feel like, just because impact, importance to a team. Vidal, if he didn't play well, he still had Messi and Suarez to bail him out, right? He had Ousmane Dembélé probably still to bail him out. And also, Ter Stegen was still in his peak then, right? So I feel like that over Ferran still, bro. I feel like the league season, he won the Pichichi. He has to be over Ferran. I think that he's just under Frenkie de Jong. If he's over Frenkie de Jong, let me know, guys. But I think, hey, Lewandowski or Frenkie de Jong. See, this is the thing. When you rank people, now you're actually ranking who had a better legacy, Frenkie de Jong or Lewandowski. That is a very, very good conversation. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I don't know, to be honest. Bro, hold up. Listen, yeah, bro, Robert, my uncle. Bro, listen, Uncle Lewandowski, you know what I'm saying? We can't disrespect Uncle Lewandowski, you know what I'm saying? Pedri's got a chance to win more trophies than Carvajal. Listen, I mean, I hope so, bro, but like, yo, there's a long way to go, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. Critical goals. Yo, facts. Bro, Lewandowski has scored a lot of big goals for us, bro. A lot. In that league season, I remember the last minute goal against Valencia. He scammed some goals for us. You know what I'm saying? He guarantees goals. I think Loa, whoa. You guys saying GOAT signing, and you're saying Loa over Frenkie de Jong. Yo, listen. I don't know about all of that. I'll be real. I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude, Bekele, Lewandowski definitely dipped post-World Cup. Like, that's a fact. Lewandowski's definitely a GOAT signing. Okay, you know what? I hear it. You know, I'll move him over Frenkie. But, I mean, it sounds disrespectful to Frenkie. I can't lie because Frenkie was here for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But I hear it. 100 goals. Like, bro, let me put this down. Let me actually get a close-up. Listen, guys, like, ultimately, I can say Lewandowski, he's got the reasons for it. Bro, 100 goals for Barcelona. Let's just say he wins a UCL. Let's just say he wins 2 La Ligas, right? And 1 Copa del Rey. And let's say he stays next year. Bro, that is a lot going for him. You know, his legacy will actually be remembered a lot more by recent fans, right? That didn't see other players. And on the stat sheet, that looks very, very good. I can't lie. Not over De Jong. Yeah, guys, I don't know if it's over De Jong, bro. I think that's super debatable. Okay, you know what? Lewandowski and Frenkie de Jong, it's their legacies tied, bro. I'll be real. You know what I'm saying? Their thing is legit. That's a tied legacy. I cannot differentiate that. But to be fair, Lewandowski's doing his thing, and I hope he scores more. I just hope that he turns up when it matters most. Lewandowski turns into a beast for us in the second half of the season, and when we sign Isak, it would be a great rotation. Yeah, I think Lewandowski as a backup would be legit slap, by the way. I'm going to be making a video about that. I'm going to give you guys so many reasons why. It's going to be a good one. I'm going to edit that and stuff. But let's speak about Ousmane Dembélé, right? Because I can easily be petty and say refund because we paid 140 million, I think, for Ousmane Dembélé, who was like the hottest prospect, right? Out of Europe, to be honest, in the Bundesliga at Borussia Dortmund. But then at the same time, I will say this. Ousmane Dembélé, I could easily put him, he had 1 or 2 seasons for us that he was definitely good, right? Like I will say there was 2 seasons overall in the 6 seasons that he had 2 good seasons out of 6, right? His last one, and I think it was 17-18. So, but the thing is, what about everything in between? Everything else was moments, right? Like I remember the El Clasico that Aubameyang played very well. Dembele played very well. I remember that he was just destroying their fullbacks. But these are moments, and they didn't lead to too much winning. And for that reason, I will have to say it's probably subpar. I think subpar is probably it. I think, honestly, I want to put refund. I think we got to put refund, guys. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Because if it ain't refund, who else is, right? If it ain't refund, who else is? That's what I'm saying, right? Jason saying refund. NJ saying subpar. Y'all saying refund. Listen, I'll be real. I'm putting him refund, bro. Yeah, bro. He's coming out with the facts. Y'all with the facts, bro. He missed almost 200 games for Barcelona. And on top of that, I'm a little bit petty. He reached his prime right after he left Barcelona. Look at his form at PSG. And also, he doesn't get injured at PSG. It has to be refund. And I loved Ousmane Dembélé. I really did. I used to be a Ousmane Dembélé defender. I remember I really was a defender. I was saying, just wait one more season, guys, like eventually he's going to beat the injuries. It just didn't happen, and it's definitely a refund type of signing, right? Right? Like, so 105 million is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be real, Bekele and everybody, that has to be a refund. Yeah, I feel like 2 good seasons at most, right? And, bro, he didn't even stay. Once he was good for us with Xavi, he left us. So, like, I feel like there's no reason to really, really defend him, right? Subpar. Ultimately, bro, I think I'm going to put Coutinho. I listened to the chat, you know what I'm saying, for enough of some of the takes, but I think it has to be in that tier of refund. It has to be, right? Bro, I got so hyped too, bro. I got so hyped. Bro, when Dembele and Griezmann and Coutinho came, I was shaking my hands like this. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Ronaldinho when he's like this, when he's licking his lips, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's about to put on a clinic, a show, Showtime, Ronaldinho. We did not get that. Bro, facts. NJ said, bro, our medical department was busy, bro. Yo, Ousmane Dembele had the medical department. Listen, them boys had to work overtime. They had to work double shifts. They had to work, you know what I'm saying, on the weekends. They had to work every single day. Listen, not 24/7, but 24/7, 365. So it's not like, listen, I used to love Dembele, but listen, once he put that transfer request to PSG, I was like, yo, less of this, bro. Less of that, bro. Listen. Yeah, he needed bro. He did. Ultimately, he did leave us kind of dirty. I'm not going to lie. But listen, we got Raphinha. We got Yamal from it. And I'm taking both of those guys in the clutch when it matters. Remember, guys, Liverpool, do not, bro. The legacy. That's why I'm telling you guys, legacy matters, bro. For recency bias, I feel like reactionary. You know what I'm saying? Legacy does matter. That's why Barca fans will still sing about Aubameyang, right? But not Ousmane Dembele, who actually won way more for the club. I don't even think Aubameyang picked up a trophy. Maybe he did. I don't know. But yeah, bro. Listen, I mean, I don't think Dembele, real talk, should be anywhere near good, because overall he was good for only 2 seasons, and it's not hate, it's just being honest, to be honest, right? Let's move on though. We still got a couple players, right? Malcolm, I'm sorry, this is refund too, and I'm sorry, I'm not even putting subpar, because if we said Ousmane Dembele is subpar, right? Or for those who said he is subpar and not refund, which I think it is a refund, because ultimately, would you want to buy Ousmane Dembele again for the money that you spent and you get the same result confirmed? No, you wouldn't. Malcolm is the same thing, guys. Malcolm, right? Let's search up the transfer fee, because this was not cheap. I remember when we got Malcolm. Malcolm transfer fee. Barca. Come on, yo. Where's the AI at, bro? So we got 41 million plus 1, right? So 41 million, right? And I will be so real. I remember Malcolm used to, I'm not even trying to hate on a brother, right? I was happy when he came. I thought the next Brazilian thing, you know what I'm saying? The next superstar out of Brazil. But let's just look at Malcolm's goals for Barca. I'm not a statsman, but I genuinely felt like he didn't score at Barca. And I was like, yo, when is this brother going to score, right? Like, he scored 2 goals in the Copa del Rey, okay? He scored 1 in the league. He scored 1 in the UCL. The Young Gamper doesn't count. Okay, and this doesn't count. It's another friendly, right, in the United States. So he scored 4 goals, bro. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think we played. Did we play in a Super Copa? I don't know. But my point is this. I remember Malcolm wasn't scoring goals, and we needed another goal scorer. Same thing with Dembele. Dembele was out in the, you know what I'm saying? He was in the hospital, unfortunately, and Malcolm was not providing the goods. So that's my take on Malcolm. In my opinion, hey, I want to hear what you guys got to say, but listen, it is what it is. Yo, big up to you, by the way, Santiago. Hey guys, smash the likes, by the way. Smash up the likes, bro. Malcolm was a subpar signing. He did more than Ousmane Dembélé. Now, I don't think that, to be honest, bro. Dembélé won us a couple leagues still. He still pitched in, right? The UCL in 2019, he still pitched in with a couple goals against Tottenham, right? Against PSV, scored a good goal. Like, Malcolm, I actually don't remember moments. I think 1 goal against Real Madrid, that's it. I don't really think that he remembered anything. I don't remember nothing. I'll be so real with you guys. For Malcolm, I don't remember. Pjanić is a refund. Yo, I'm not going to even hold you, bro. I was trying to defend a brother. He has to be refund, bro. But if I'm ranking the refund, I would have to say Pjanić and Malcolm actually, like, I don't remember anything, bro. I'll be so real. I'm being dead serious. I don't remember nothing, bro. I think this probably would be the correct ranking, bro, in terms of who did the most for the club. Probably Coutinho actually above Pjanić, to be honest. But guys, you said Malcolm is a baller. Yeah, we still got a couple players to talk about. Yo, Malcolm was a baller. I was really pissed Valverde didn't give him the trust he needed. Yeah, bro, but it is what it is. Not everybody's gonna make it. Pjanić is a baller. Yeah, it was a forced deal and it didn't make sense ultimately, right, guys? I don't even know who Malcolm is. See, so when some brother who's a Barca fan doesn't know who he is, that tells you everything you need to know. I'll be so real. Jules Koundé, speak to me. The guy with the most drip out of Barcelona ever. You know what I'm saying? Neymar, Lamine Yamal, they had some drip, but nobody has Koundé, Jules. There's a reason why they call him Jules Koundé, right? Nobody has his drip, right? The drippiest of them all. He's got the dreads. He's got the style. But I don't care about all that because he's a good football player, right? Xavi signed him. Xavi phoned him up, said, yo, do not go to Chelsea. Come here at Barca. I'm going to need you. And he's been good. He's been definitely good. I don't know about GOAT. He's not GOAT, right? But he's never, I could make a GOAT debate for Koundé. He's never injured. The guy is Iron Man. He's never, ever injured. He legit never misses time. I don't know if he's playing through injuries, but he's never injured, right? And he's never had a bad season. Maybe last year he was mid, but I remember the first year was good. Second year, mid. This year, good. So overall, it's definitely good, right? And I think Jules Koundé, you factor in everything, you know, arguably overload, and potentially he could be a Barca legend. I think Koundé could be like an Abidal. I really think Eric Abidal is going to be like Jules Koundé legacy if we win trophies. Keyword if, we win trophies. I think that Koundé will be rated like that. You know, a defensive fullback who could ball, right? He's still technically competent, and he's smart, and he's healthy enough, and he won trophies. He helped us a lot. But I don't know about GOAT. I feel like that's a little push. I'm probably going to move him down, but I want to see what you guys are saying. GOAT from day one, you know what I'm saying? Hey, big up, Jama, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, over 2010s is when I became a Barca fan. Oh, I hear you, bro. Koundé is just underrated. Yeah, I don't think Koundé is in the GOAT tier. I'll probably say right under Lewandowski because Lewandowski is going to have that goal record that will be for him. You know what I'm saying? It will be working for him. The statisticians will love Lewandowski because 100 goals for Barca, like even me as a Lewandowski critic at times, I cannot even ignore that. 100 goals is a lot. So many players have not scored 100 goals. Matter of fact, let's share this, bro. Let's actually, you guys can see this, right? Bro, real quick. Bro, goals for Barca. Most goals for Barca. I think Lewandowski might be in the top 10, bro. Most goals for Barcelona. So, hold up. No. Guys, what is this, bro? All time. Yo. Come on, transfer market. What's up with these pages, bro? AI, bro. AI still needs to be better, bro. ChatGPT is not doing it, bro. Listen. Okay, bro. What's up with this website? Okay, so we got Lionel Messi. I think you guys can see the screen. Lewandowski, where would he be? Oh, my God. Some of these guys have scored so many goals. Oh my God. Yo, okay, so Lewandowski, where is he? Lewandowski's at 20. So Lewandowski has 95 goals for Barcelona. He could potentially go all the way. I could see him scoring 7 more this season, maybe 8. Let's just say 7, right? 102. He would go over. He'll move to 18. And then next season, I could still see him scoring 20. So if he ends up with 122, realistically, he would finish 10th. And let's just say 123. Let's just say 123. Because let's say the scenario. Lewandowski, if he scores 123 goals for Barca, he is above Carlos Rex, right? And he's above Patrick Kluivert. He's above Stoichkov, who's a definite legend for Barcelona. He's above Enrique. He's above Neymar. He's above Pedro. He's above Dino, right? He just passed Dino the other day. He's above Koeman, right? So I think he might end up with like 123 goals, probably 124. And that is very, very good considering we bought him at 33. So nothing was guaranteed to work out. So to be honest, man, I got to say that, like, that is a good signing, right? So I don't know about the Lewandowski thing. But, hey, listen, I mean, no, he's at 95 all competitions. I don't know why some people said 91. I see some of the stats, some areas is 71. I mean, a 91, but it is what it is, right? Fashion model, yeah, bro. I think that he's definitely there. Hold on, let me read the chat and then we'll move on to the final players, right? Yo, you should at least know the past, even if you weren't there. Yeah, just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Just revise, right? You just gotta, bro, and honestly, the past of Barcelona is very interesting. It's not like it's some history class where you gotta read the books of like 1985, like what happened. Like, nah, bro, this is not like the World Wars. This is very interesting. You know, this is Barcelona. Hey, but Jules Koundé, going back to him, I think that Jules Koundé is definitely, you know, in the good tier. And I want to leave Koundé over there because I do think he can get to the GOAT tier because he is the best right back, like Yao said, since Alves. But we did buy him for some money, so I have to factor that in. I expected a good player. I got a good player. If he wins trophies and he stays here for 5-6 more years, he will be a GOAT signing. He will be, just like Abidal. I think that's a very, very good comparison. I really do, right? It's crazy how a center back has over 100 goals. Yeah, Koeman, bro, is a wild how he has so many goals. But let's move on to Vitor Roque, right? Vitor Roque, guys, what are we saying? I think I have to say NA because I was going to say subpar, right? But then I really feel like NA is the perfect category because I could say easily give me my money back when Barcelona basically got a refund. We legit signed him for 30 million, right? Plus add-ons. We sold him for 25 plus add-ons, I think, right? Something like that. We basically got a refund. But the reason why I'm putting him in NA is because the brother, he did not play 15 or more games. No way, no chance. He was not even like Malcolm where I got a gist of him, right? He was starting some games and I knew I had that gut feeling it wouldn't work out, sadly, right? I never got that with Roque 100%. I got it at moments, but it wasn't 100% to be definitive. For me, definitely NA because I think it was probably going to be like at best, I don't know what type of player. Maybe Amaro Icardi, Alvarez if he cleaned up on his touch. But Barca were not patient. Barca, Xavi didn't play him, and he went back to Brazil, right? He went to Real Betis, and now he's back at Brazil. But what's the chat saying about Vitor Roque? You know what I'm saying? Bro played a couple games and dipped. Yeah, bro. Listen, I mean, you still remember, yeah, that goal in the final in 92. Listen, bro, that's absolute prestige, bro. Ronald Koeman, bro. Listen, bro, Ronald Koeman's a baller, bro. As a manager, questionable. But Ronald Koeman as a coach, no, hold up. As a coach, questionable. As a player, legendary. Refund, I hear it, bro. I hear you guys. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. Roque's definitely has to be NA. Dani Olmo, my brother. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I love Dani Olmo. The way that he plays football, the way that he is as a football player. Like, guys, I haven't seen a player at Barcelona bust out a roulette or two, right, in like a decade. Legit. Who is the last Barcelona players to do roulettes? Actually, Like, I don't remember. Like, Dani Olmo has that roulette in his bag. He doesn't always use it, but when it's needed, he has that instinct to use the roulette, and that's sick. But if I'm being honest, right, and it is biased, I love Dani Olmo, right? He's one of my favorite players at Barcelona. But, right, I cannot say that he's a GOAT tier signing yet, right? Even if he slapped, I wouldn't put him in GOAT tier, right? You have to stay here for long. Raphinha, my case for him was that, well, he actually stayed here. He had moments in the league winning season against Sevilla, against Valencia, right? He had definite moments, right, that helped us win trophies. Compared to Dani Olmo just got here, you know what I'm saying? Dani Olmo just came off the bus, you know what I'm saying, from RB Leipzig or the plane because it's Germany, right? You cannot put him in GOAT tier yet. He can get there, but the injuries concern me. And for that reason, I'll say above Christensen, just above Christensen, I feel like is fair. You know, honestly, Paulinho should be above Christensen, to be honest. I'll put it like this. Dani Olmo, Arturo Vidal won trophies, and he stayed here for what, 2-3 years? I forgot, right? I think around 3 years. Paulinho stayed here 1 year, so I think I could put him over him still, right? Christensen, I think Dani Olmo brings that spark, and he will be staying here. I think his legacy also will be getting better. But the one thing with Dani Olmo, he has to stay fit. We all know that with Dani Olmo. He's got to stay fit. He's a great player, but he's got to stay fit, right? There's no debate, right? Let me see. That red card killed. Yeah, bro. I know that Vitor Roque, that red card definitely killed his time. Dani Olmo, bro. Yo, Bekele, I know what you're talking about. He legit has missed a lot of times. But the thing is, right, like Emmanuel said, he is a good signing. He can play false nine. He can play wherever he wants. Bro, Dani Olmo, whoever he thinks he is that guy. But ultimately, right, the thing with Dani Olmo is just that I call him the glue, but you got to stay healthy, bro, because you are the glue. You know what I'm saying? You make Lamine play better. You make Raphinha play better. You actually make Robert Lewandowski look competent technically at times. But this is the thing. You got to stay healthy. I don't know if he can, but if you can stay healthy, Dani Olmo is going to finish as a GOAT tier signing. Listen, if he wasn't injured, bro, yeah, bro, Dani Olmo's facts. Yeah, I forgot about Inigo Martinez. Yo, guys. Give me a moment, but Inigo Martinez, what are you guys saying right now? I'll bring up the picture right now. What are you guys saying for Inigo Martinez? Where should I put him? Because for me, Inigo Martinez, I could easily come around and say, Inigo, you know, the first season I remember he didn't do anything, but this season he's doing a lot for Barcelona. Like, he really is. I didn't expect him to be in the role of starting. Like, he's legit a starter. I think he's the one center back that needs to start for the rest of the season. I've been saying that I've been saying that Cabarsi and Araujo, they're both amazing. But Inigo, right? Inigo is definitely the best center back, I feel like, in terms of consistency this season. Ronald Araujo started kind of mid and was injured. Cabarsi, you know, I feel like he started so well and he kind of dipped, and now he's kind of out. You know what I'm saying? Inigo's actually, in terms of consistency, been the best center back. I want to see, personally, Inigo Araujo for the rest of the season. But I think Cabarsi will probably play. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But let me get the file. I downloaded it real quick. I will probably put Inigo in good. He's not a GOAT tier signing. I really don't think that. I think that's kind of crazy. I mean, hold up. Did I even download it? Yo, hold up. Yo, but guys, I think that he's definitely a good signing. I don't think that he's, in terms of, you know what I'm saying? How do I say it, guys? Like, I don't think that he's on the level of some other guys, like, real talk. But I will put him in, like, another category. You know what I'm saying? What the heck? Yo, I'm not going to lie. Yo, hold up. Yo, guys, I can't put Inigo, bro. I cannot see my downloads. So, listen, I guess this is the final tier list. You know what I'm saying? Should I go +1? Yeah, bro. No. Hold up. That's way too up close. Yeah, guys, this would be the final list. I mean, do you guys got anything to say about it? I think that it's a super solid list. I'll put Inigo in good, personally, but I can't download it. I don't know why it's not letting me. It let me for Vidal, but not Inigo. But, guys, I think that this is a very good list. You know what I'm saying? I think that Inigo would probably be in between Paulinho and Christensen. I'll probably say, because Paulinho was underrated. People forget. Paulinho was underrated. It was just 1 year. That's why Paulinho could have been a GOAT signing, but he was only here for 1 year. He just did that 1 year thing and he dipped. It was basically a loanee, right? Yeah, bro. Inigo's a quality player. Now, I mean, guys, just have your quick say for like 30 seconds on the tier list. Is there any problem with it? Because I'm going to do a quick preview on the Girona game. It'll be like 5 minutes because I will not be having the time to drop a video, right? Your boy will actually have to go pretty soon somewhere, you know what I'm saying? I already spoke about I got a league coming up, actually playing, right? But, what are you guys saying about this tier list? Because I think that is a pretty decent one, to be honest. I don't think that's too bad. Of course, Lewandowski, Frenkie de Jong, Koundé, they're the obvious ones. Dani Olmo, that could go up because they're still playing at the club. But nothing's confirmed, right? In football, nothing is confirmed. And, man, that was very interesting seeing Lewandowski could potentially finish as the 8th top goal scorer of Barcelona. That is crazy because I did not expect that. I'll be so real with you guys. But let's move on to this because I want to actually share this, okay? Can you guys see this? Yes, you guys can. All right, so very quickly, it's going to be rapid fire. Listen, we play Girona. For me, 7:15 a.m., right? Barcelona obviously will have to win this game. They must win it, right? We must win this game, right? Real Madrid, they did their business, right? This is the projected 11 expected. They're just guessing, right? If we're looking at this, right? Girona, we beat them. Lamine Yamal played very good the last time we played them, 2 goals. Lewandowski is going to start. He got a rest. I think he's going to score a goal. I think Lewandowski will score a goal. Whenever Lewandowski is rested or he comes subbed off in a game or subbed into a game, he always bangs out in those games. When Lewandowski plays 3 games in a row, that's when you see Lewandowski looking mediocre. His touch is shaky, right? Fermin Lopez, he will probably play this game. And I think Fermin, Torre, I'm probably going to lean Fermin just because Hansi Flick still is. I would love Pablo Torre to get the start instead of Fermin, but I don't see that happening. Fermin, to be fair, put in a very good assist, but who played in that pass before it? Pablo Torre. Raphinha, Yamal, I'm expecting them to start. Yamal, by the way, played, I think, the full 90 last game. Pretty interesting. Eric Garcia will be starting because Casado is out. Frenkie de Jong has a small injury. I think he's still be in the squad list. He's still healthy, but he has a knock, right? And who's our other midfielder? Like Casado's out. I don't think Gavi's going to start in the double pivot. And Frenkie de Jong's not 100%. So, and Bernal's ACL. So it's like, I think Eric's actually going to get his start that he's been waiting for. Probably tomorrow or what is it? Sunday for me, right? Legit 7:15 a.m. for my time. I think it is the early game for Barca, right? Around like probably 5 p.m. for them. I don't know, to be honest. Pedri's going to play. Balde, Koundé, they always play, right? Szczesny's going to play. Obviously, Hansi Flick's number 1. Ronald Araujo, Cabarsi. Listen, in my opinion, Inigo, if he's 100%, I want to see Araujo and Inigo one more time. But if Cabarsi's fit, I would like to see him again. But I'm not too mad. To be honest, we got to also think about the Atletico Madrid game, right? We got Atletico Madrid midweek. So that is a very important game. Vardrid robbed Leganés. Bro, it is what it is. The game is the game. We are going against La Liga. We are going against Real Madrid, the institution. We are going against, listen, the footballing world. Barcelona, backs against the wall. We just got to keep winning. Real talk, right? Who made this lineup? This lineup is dope. I don't know, bro. Whoever made the football page, anyway. I'm just reading the chat. Pablo Torre is good. Pablo Torre needs more game time. He's very underrated. He's one of my favorite players. He just never plays. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. Fermin's ahead of him and Dani Olmo in the pecking order. But guys, legit, I'm looking at it. Girona, they haven't done too good this season compared to last season, right? They're in the title race for half the season. Girona, they're not even in the top 10, guys. Like, they haven't won in their last 5 games. 3 draws in a row, right? We're at home. You add to the fact that, they also came off 2 losses before the 3 draws. Girona should not win this game. It will be a miracle if Girona comes to Barcelona. Well, actually, they stay in Barcelona. They live in Barcelona, matter of fact. If Girona, a Barca-based team, right, a La Liga team that is struggling, right, at the bottom half of the table, comes to our place, the Olympic Stadium, and wins, that is a very bad result, right? We've already had some bad results way before 2025 started. Leganés, Las Palmas. Brother, you name the team, we dropped the points, bro, at that point of the season. But Girona, negative goal difference. They just have been struggling to, they haven't, you know what I'm saying? They struggle to deceive. I don't know what's the phase, not the phase. I don't know what's the phrase, but they have not looked, they haven't looked good. And I just feel like head to head, we beat them pretty convincingly. You know what I'm saying? The last time we played them, was it the 4-1 game? Yeah, guys, who scored? I think Pedri scored in this game. Lamine scored. Dani almost scored a rocket launcher. I'll be real, guys. I'm not expecting too much from Girona. I know Michel Sanchez is a good coach, but we should still be able to win. I'll be so real with you guys, and we have to. Real Madrid, look at it. Look at the table, guys. The proof's in the pudding. As bad as Real Madrid has been, they've conceded more than us. They have also scored way less than us. The goal difference is in our favor by a landslide. We have the head-to-head, and guess what? The only thing that is not, in our favor 100% is the points. We're not even above them. Based off of points alone, we're above them because of the head-to-head and goal difference. We need to be above Real Madrid through points, because points is all that matters, and that's what sucks. We're above them in goal difference, goals scored, goals conceded. Bro, honestly, the eye test also is just that when it comes to results, Real Madrid are scraping by, and we must win this game. I'm not trying to hear anything else, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's still a derby. Absolute facts. Big up, stop making sense. Big up, yeah, Eid Mubarak for anybody who celebrates it. You know what I'm saying? All my fellow Muslims, Pablo Torre can't play more than 45 minutes, or we pay his old club $1 million. Bro, he doesn't even pay 45 million. Bro, he plays 45 minutes. Sadly, my boy Pablo Torre plays 45 minutes every 2 months, bro. What are we saying, bro? It's not really that big of a deal. Girona is a one-season wonder. Absolute facts. Bro, the timing of the game is absolutely trash. Tell me about it, bro. Bro, listen. I have guys, by the way, I might as well make the announcement. I can't do a watch-along because I actually have a holiday to celebrate. And top of that, I have a school field trip because for a university class that's mandatory that I have to go to. So I'm going to be so busy in the morning. And once again, guys, if you guys didn't see, it's at 7:15 a.m. for me. So there's absolutely no watch along, right? So what we'll do is that we'll probably just have a short live, 30-minute live, probably tomorrow. That's about it. I'm probably just going to do I'm probably a match reaction. I'm probably going to do a match reaction, to be honest. But I'm going to watch the game, but I can't celebrate, bro. And there's going to be so much things to do. I have a field trip. Sadly, I have to go to a place. Sadly, bro, I'm not trying to go there. We're about to go to a museum and look at rocks for a university class. Who's trying to do that, bro? I'm trying to watch Barcelona. I'm trying to watch Lewandowski, score some goals and do this. I'm trying to see Lamine Yamal and Raphinha link up and do a new celebration. I'm not trying to go to a museum. You know what I'm saying? Museum on a weekend. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. And it's Eid on top of that. What the heck? Bro, stop making sense. Absolute facts, bro. You don't think that Flick has to prioritize starting Ferran than having Lewandowski for 20 minutes, or he might do better than listen, in my opinion, when you're talking about Ferran or Lewandowski, in this game, I'll start. You could start Ferran, but then Lewandowski will 100% start midweek against Atletico, which will happen anyway. Flick starts Lewandowski in the big games. I will actually like that, to be honest. I like that, Bekele. I want to see Ferran in this game. If Lewandowski's playing bad, sub him off if he starts. But if not, I'm expecting Lewandowski. Girona is not a super physical type of team, right? I'm expecting good things to happen, right? But listen, to be honest, guys, what can I say? We have to win. There is nothing to say. There's no hiding, behind the bush. Barcelona, you got to keep the pace for Real Madrid. If we draw, it's a bad result. We're at home, right? If we lose, that is a very bad result. Listen, we have to win our game, bro. I'm not going to lie. It is a holiday. I got a goofy field trip to a museum that I can't switch. Both of these things are in the morning while Barca plays. So I'm legit going to be watching the game on the thing, bro. Legit, I'll be real with you guys. Bro, it's not ideal, the game time. I wish we played way later in the day. But it is what it is. Real talk. Raphinha will be back for that game, bro. He will be back. Yeah, dude, NJ. Whoa, bro. Watch your professor hearing this. Yo, if my professor is hearing this, yo, my bad. My bad, my G. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the field trip is mad fun. I really like to look at rocks. I really love to go to museums. You know what I'm saying? It's always been my dream. You know what I'm saying? It's always been my dream. You know those Real Madrid players when they always say that it's their dream to come to Barca, but they end up at Real Madrid. That's how I'm gonna be moving. But listen, I'll be real. You know what I'm saying? I will be wrapping up. Thank you guys, by the way, for pulling up, bro. I really appreciate it. This guy right here, Rich Money Makers. Big up to you, bro. Hopefully, I'm going to be a money maker, you know what I'm saying? After this degree thing and this YouTube thing hopefully flourishes, right? But I need all the support that I can get. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to build, obviously, a Barcelona community, right? It's like Barca and Chill, bro. That's legit my channel, Barca and Chill. It's not 100% super serious. My match reactions are serious, right? But on lives, I feel like 1 hour, 40 minutes, for example, I've been streaming. It's impossible to be serious 100%, right? Everyone hit the like, subscribe. It's free and it takes seconds. Absolute facts, bro. If you haven't subscribed, something's wrong with you. And if you haven't hit the likes, bro, even worse, bro, because that's crazy, bro. The like button is just there, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just teasing, you know what I'm saying? We need somebody versatile crashing the box. Yeah, I hear you, bro. We got to win. We got to win this game, bro. I'll be so real with y'all. We got to win this. 781 subs is disgusting. But I'll be real, for the amount of work I be putting into this channel, I did think that I might have more, but at the same time, I'm also grateful. Like, bro, I'm grateful, like, to God, bro, because some people, Bekele, you'd be surprised, they don't even make it off the floor on YouTube, right? So my channel has made it off the floor, but the thing is that my channel, it just needs that boom, you know what I'm saying? And I think that'll happen in the summer window with all these transfer lives. I'm gonna be going also summer. I'm gonna be live like every single day, you know what I'm saying? But I would say I'm underrated. I feel like I don't want to be cocky, you know. Shout out, what's it called? Shout out Erling Haaland. Stay humble, you know what I'm saying? I'm staying humble. But the thing is, I will say this: I do be putting in the work, and I'm happy whenever people say that I got good content. I really try, bro, on the match reaction with the editing to make it look clean, right? Your boy will be investing in a mic very soon, right? When the money is up. But listen, I'll be real. Hey, Adam, send me your link and you're my new channel now. Yo, big up my guy Adam, bro. But that's what it's about, bro. It's about building a community on YouTube because ultimately, bro, views, likes, ultimately likes matter, to be fair. It helps the algorithm. But views ultimately in YouTube, guys, this is the thing about YouTube. Views, I was getting views early in YouTube 3 months ago when we were on that tear against Bayern and Real Madrid. But the thing is this: views does not mean a community, a fan base that'll stick. They just clicked the video because we destroyed Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. A community, right? A community will come back, right? And that's the thing with the live streams. It's a building a community because ultimately that's how you're going to flourish and not fall off, right? We were talking about Clement Lenglet today. We're talking about all the Barcelona players that fell off, right? And that's the thing with YouTube. If you don't build a community, I feel like eventually you will fall off. So that's why ultimately I'm going to be transparent with you guys. I need y'all just as much as you guys enjoy watching my content. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be real. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you guys comment, like up my streams or videos, match reaction previews, whatever it may be, you know, I got some more stuff to post. Yo, big up to all you guys for real. Hey, favorite Madrid fan is Carnage and favorite footy channel is Barca Reacts. And Barca Media is my guy, bro. I'll be real. But that's what it's all about, guys. It's all about building a community, bro. If you don't want to fall off on YouTube, the 780 subs, that don't concern me at all, bro. It's about building community, right? And ultimately, I think that if you keep on posting good content, bro, people will want to work with you. Collabs will happen. And eventually, right, the inevitable will happen. The channel will grow. But the people that are here today, y'all are the real ones. Because when I'm sitting with, you know, inshallah, because I do believe in God, right? Hey, if y'all believe in religion, y'all believe in religion. But whoever, right, is here right now, y'all were here from day one. So you guys are the people from day one. Anybody before 1K subs is day one. You know what I'm saying? But big up to all you guys. My boy Carnage, you know what I'm saying? Football Carnage. Everybody loves Carnage, you know what I'm saying? Carnage, this guy, I'll be real, Carnage. I don't know if you're still here in the chat, but what I will say is this, bro. I don't know if you're listening, right? He's a Real Madrid fan, but real talk, guys, he probably posts very good content. If we're being real, like hate aside, right, of the clubs. And he's a cool person, by the way. Football Carnage is a cool person. The thing is, bro, he posts good content. People don't realize the fact. Like, forget the funny side and everything about football carnage. He posts good content. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at Faisal, right? He posts solid content, but Carnage is my guy. You know what I'm saying? There's some other guys like Dali and people like that, but Carnage is up there. You know what I'm saying? And the guy put me on, you know what I'm saying, on Football Mania, so I can't even hate. You know what I'm saying? Um, Yo, bro, listen, bro, I ain't gonna lie. This live was fun, bro. I'll be real. I'll be super real with y'all. Yo, yo. Big up to the chat for real, guys. Yo, big up to the chat, bro. Yo, the last couple live streams, more people are pulling through. You know what I'm saying? I guess, hey, I'll probably wrap up in a minute or two. NJ, that ain't happening. He said, listen, once you reach 1K subs, you better do a giveaway, Honda Civic or Toyota Camry. Bro, you know why he brought this up, guys? It's because I said when I get to 1K subs, I might do a giveaway. And one dude in the chat said, are you trying to like give away a car or something like that? And I was like, what? I was like, yo, I just got my Ford Focus, bro. I spent 7 bands on it. I'm not gonna do all that. Y'all trying to make me go broke. You know what I'm saying? Bro, 1K subs ain't worth going broke. I'll be real, guys. But I'll say this: 1K will probably be this. I will be releasing my highlights if you guys want that, or if you guys want a giveaway. I think you guys want to give away. You know, we're gonna save the highlights for when I'm bigger because I think that idea will blow up. I think that will blow up. Highlights. You know, you guys about to see Barca reacts when you know what I'm saying. I'm stumbling, bro. Listen, you guys are about to watch my highlights when I was playing football, and you guys could see if I was a baller or not. You know what I'm saying? You guys also can make some comparisons to who I look like, but that'll probably be when I'm 5K. I think 5K or maybe 3K. Right now, I think probably a giveaway. Maybe like a Raphinha jersey. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's super realistic. And, bro, I'm not getting a card to give away. That's crazy, bro. I'm just reading the chat before I wrap, bro. Talk FCB is the best news channel. Yo, that guy's an OG. But the one thing about Talk FCB, listen, I don't know if he's watching. That would be crazy. Things that I also rate like legacy, for example, in terms of YouTubers. Like, for example, Rance and Lee Gunner. I don't know if you guys watch these guys, but these guys put people on. You know what I'm saying? Talk FCB is more of by himself. You know what I'm saying? Like a do-it-yourself type of person. From what I'm seeing from the outside, obviously I don't know him from the inside, right? I mean, that's kind of weird the way I said it, but I really rate people who put people on a little bit more, even if it's not me, because they're helping people like me. You know what I'm saying? Succeed. Yeah, big up to the chat always. You know what I'm saying? Talk FCB is up there. He's definitely elite because he's an OG. Yeah. And the best Barca content creators have to be, in my opinion, I like Omar personally, right? I like myself, obviously. I have to rate myself up there. My content it will improve in the coming years and months, of course, right? But also, I'll probably say best Barca content creators. Am I missing somebody? There's some peak good ones. Barca Media is my transfer one, and the guy's always hyped, right? I'll probably say Michi is all right. I'll probably say Gret. Yeah, I actually like Gret. I think Gret is objective, and he talks facts. That is a good shout. You know what I'm saying? I do like Barca Media, but I kind of question his ball knowledge. Yeah. I know that guy too. K9RL. The thing with this guy is that he's funny, bro. That guy do be funny, but it's just too many jokes. But the thing is, he'll succeed because on YouTube, people like that. People like that. Bro, people come to YouTube for entertainment. So he will succeed on YouTube. My thing is that I'm not trying to do jokes all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to have an actual conversation at times. You know what I'm saying? Let's watch the best Barca goals. Please do not leave. Listen, bro, I love that you guys mess with me, but I will be saying this. I do have to go, bro. I do have to go. But the thing is, I will try to be a short live maybe tomorrow. If you guys want, I'm going to go live tomorrow just because, hey, everybody right here, y'all are going to be the reason why I go live tomorrow. On a holiday, you know what I'm saying? I probably shouldn't go live on a field trip. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, that's why I don't do watch-alongs all the time. If I'm not doing a watch-along, it's because I'm hustling, bro, in other aspects of my life. I wish I could do watch-alongs all the time, but I genuinely can't. So when I'm not doing a watch-along, right, and my boy Carnage is, you know, hop on Carnage's thing or Omar BYT, hop on his thing if it's a Barca game. You know what I'm saying? Because those are my boy, or Zero Talks. Because, listen, if I'm not live, it's definitely a school thing. I'll be real. But, Listen, shout out John. Shout out John for real. Big up to everybody in the chat. We can do more tier list rankings. It was a very fun live today. I'll go live for y'all tomorrow, bro. But I got no idea what it's going to be about. It'll probably be about Barca, actually. We got a game. So, listen, around this time, I might be doing it. It just depends. Stay out for the post. I'll probably be doing something. All right. Shout out to the community. Big up to the chat, right? You know what I'm saying? Big up to myself, of course. And I will see y'all in the next one. Hopefully, Barca win against Girona. We got to get the dub. And this was my longest stream that wasn't a watch along. So big up. It was entertaining, bro. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.